Sports Shorts with David and Greg. You know what it is. Sports Shorts with David and Greg. What you know about it? Sports Shorts with David and Greg, baby. ESPN style highlights for the heads, baby. 2-minute drill, we on 10, baby. Bulldogs, Braves, Falcons, we talking it all, baby. We talking heydays and Herschel and Murph Dog. Matthew Stafford in primetime 21, y'all. We talking Neek, Spud, Ogman, and Concac. From Dark Rivers to Mookie Blaylock. Sports Shorts with David and Greg. Greg, baby. Sports.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. I got some prosciutto and some gabagool. Figured I got to start learning Italian since they put it on our ass last night. I think they own us now, but we'll get into that later. I am your host, David. Now, across from me is the bearded one, Gregory. Gregory, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, I am living a life far better than what I deserve, my man.
Well, I mean, I hate to say, when you're right, you're right. You're on a roll. We ended our last podcast referring to somebody possibly being picked up for the Falcons and how that just seems so Falcon-y of them to do. And Greg, you want to tell the people what happened?
Well, from the reaction I've gotten on social media, the Falcons made what seems to have been an economical and logical, rational transaction that, from a business standpoint, makes a lot of sense. And you have no arguments as to why they did it, David. That's what I've been told.
That's what Todd Big Cat Davis said, and also Wesley and a few other folks have put out the fact that he's making the league minimum, $1.3 million. What do you have to lose? Do we think for 1 minute that this is going to end great? Is it not going to end poorly? Because it's going to end poorly. I think we all know that. I think it goes without question that's going to be the case. However, I've said before, I do love Tua Tagovailoa. I guess I need to learn to say it now since he's going to be basically working right down the street from me. I can damn near throw a rock and hit the Falcons complex. But that is true. They signed Tua Tagovailoa to a league minimum of, I think that's why everybody's saying economical, because it's only like $1.3 million, which
When it was a rumor before it came to fruition, every fiber in my being was just waiting on it to happen because I knew I was going to get to make fun of you and all the other Falcons fans. But analytically speaking, it is actually a good deal. And truth be told, I mean, it is. Why not take a flyer on that guy? He still has all pro level talent and potential. And if you find a way to keep him healthy and, you tailor a game around him with the running backs and with Bijan out of the backfield, I mean, I could make the argument that this could be one of those feel good stories that revitalizes Tua's career. He stays healthy and goes on a 3 or 4 year run. The Falcons make the playoffs. Have I got you going yet, David? You feel good?
you know
You good?
how big that if is. You know how freaking big that word if is in this scenario, because it's pretty damn huge. If he stays healthy, if he doesn't get hit, if he plays up to his potential, that is a big if. And what do we got to lose? What else are we going to do? We're going to be getting rid of Kirk Cousins today, hopefully, which I think I have a suggestion for that. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll get to that as well. But look, like I said, I love Tua Tagovailoa, but I even made a post. I was like, oh, I'm so glad we replaced a injury-prone left-handed quarterback with a well, shit, the exact damn same thing. Well, I mean, and somebody even said, like, well, you don't have to change the scheme. It's all left-handed. There can't be that big a difference of running a left-handed guy out there as opposed to right. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference. Maybe you bootleg a little different or you roll out a different way, but I don't think that's going to be what makes the difference.
My number one takeaway from the Tua transaction in total for what we can make of it to this point is that God bless you, Falcons fans. Y'all are a resilient and optimistic bunch because every one of you is just seeing how well this is going to turn out, and this is great. And I respect you for it. Having been blessed to be a fan of a winning organization and a winning team for the last decade and having a real good run with that. I'm glad to see you guys still get fired up for something like this.
Look, and we ended up, we talked about Tyler Algier too, and later that same day, he ended up get gone. He's went to, I believe, Arizona. So we lost him. And you remember when they signed Walt Weiss to be the manager for the Braves, and they had that meme of the guy holding up a shirt that was the exact same shirt he's wearing, basically saying we're replacing Brian Snedeker with Walt Weiss, who was basically Brian Snedeker 2.0. I feel like that's what we're doing with Tua and Michael Penix. Both have a cannon for an arm. Both are not as mobile as they damn sure should be, and we can't have damn Tua being mobile anymore. Even what he was mobile, but he can't be now because we can't afford to get him to even take a damn lick. So we're replacing them with the same thing basically, and I don't know what the difference is.
No, we don't profess to understand the salary cap intricacies, and we don't sit in the meetings with the GMs and the high level executives that are making these decisions. But strictly speaking, from a fan standpoint, I mean, you do kind of scratch your head because it's just one of those that, for me, objectively, not as a Falcons fan, I just don't see the likelihood of it working out positively. It doesn't seem like a high likelihood thing.
They wasn't gonna pay Malik Willis, who ended up going to the Dolphins. They wasn't gonna pay him, and nor should they pay him what he was asking for. And I thought it was foolish when the damn Cowboys paid Dak Prescott what he was asking for and got it. I'm like, he's proven me nothing. And I will say Dak Prescott had proven me to be a runaway husband because apparently he split up with his chick right before they about to get married. But that's another story. Um, I was thinking Kyler Murray would be a fit. I didn't even wanna put it out there because I thought, well, maybe. But I think maybe because of his age and his somewhat health, maybe they didn't wanna that would be a bigger threat to Michael Penix to put him at, quarterback for the Falcons, where Michael Penix is probably like, "Okay, he'll play pretty well, but let's face it, he's not gonna be here next year because he's gonna get hurt." So maybe you're doing that to maybe quell some feuds between Michael Penix and Tua, but I love Tua. It's hard for me to talk bad about him because I love the man so much as far as the man that he is. Great Christian man. Everything about him seems wonderful. But God, just I
You're
don't
not
know.
wrong, and like I said, you can hope for the feel good story, and if things go well, he'll be easy to pull for here locally. You get all that, but man, it's just the Falcons as an organization have just continued to be loosey with the football. And as a fan, man, I just feel for you. And again, Tua is the perfect kind of Falcons player because he's got just enough of that glimmer of hope where you can
Mhm.
see it. Like you could see this actually working. But I'm telling you, David, I'm not a Falcons fan. I can say this objectively. It will not work. It cannot work because top down, this is just a poorly run organization, and they'll find a way to make sure this doesn't work.
The first time I've ever heard the word concussion, I believe, it might have been maybe Joe Montana when he got hit by I want to say Wilbur Marshall, but that may not be right. Carl Banks, I think, for the Giants. He got destroyed and didn't even know where the hell he was. The second time I heard it, I believe, was when we were talking about Chris Miller for the Falcons, so much so that we called him Concussion Chris Miller. We're going back in the old days. And then Chris Chandler started getting concussions. Anybody that comes to the Falcons as quarterback, outside of Mike Ryan, and I was the first to throw him under the bus and talk shit about him, but I was wrong. It was not him. He actually is, for what he done for the Falcons is pretty miraculous and marvelous. So I give him all the respect in the world. But he's making a mistake here by bringing in Tua, I think. I hope I'm wrong. Rarely do I hope that I'm wrong, but I definitely hope I'm wrong in this scenario. But if the Falcons want to win me back, want to get me excited. Now, I don't know if I'm going to buy a ticket because I'm a cheapskate and I love sitting at home. But if you find a way, we still got Kirk Cousins. I know we're going to release him, so nobody will probably trade for him. But if we find a way to trade away Kirk Cousins to the Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me, Max Crosby, who was traded to the Ravens and failed the physical for 2 first-round picks, the daggum Ravens pulled back on that and ended up sending them back. If it,
These things happen from time to time,
they
and
do,
I almost
they
always end up
do.
kind of scratching my head, going, "Okay, we've seen what the guy has done on the field at the highest level year in and
It's a
year out."
meniscus, I believe.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. It almost sounds like this is you can almost envision like a room full of football guys, and then you got one little insurance actuarial accountant guy in the corner go, well, statistically, we don't think this is going to like, and I'm just, well, they went out and they went out and signed somebody else. Like they went out
Yep.
and got Trey Hendricks, I think. So
Trey Hendrickson
they were
for
determined to get somebody to get after the quarterback for
they
sure.
paid him, son, 4-year, 112 million. He got paid, and I think that's cheaper than what they were thinking they'd get him for. And from what I hear, the plan was to have both of them, which that would be pretty phenomenal to have both those guys coming at you. But Max Crosby somehow fails the physical. Now, I personally think physicals are a little bit up to the discretion of the trainers. I think something came out to where I don't know if it was unless God forbid it's something catastrophic like, the big C word or something like that. But outside of that, with it being a meniscus or something, I'm gonna take my chances, bro. And I mean,
Well, we entered this, David, with this going to be a sports themed show, but we always know this from time to time, reality gets in the way. And like most things, I think we can take this and go, whatever story we're being told, that ain't the truth. Like politics, like everything else. Whatever they're telling us, well, that ain't the truth. It's something else.
yeah, I think the old failing a physical could be a way just to get out. Maybe it wasn't a good fit. Maybe they interviewed him and listen, he's a freaking psycho, but he's a freaking stud as well. And, if you ever want to get out of something, it's the physical, the physical. Remember the last time that somebody quote unquote failed a physical and what didn't end up getting signed or traded when they try to make a trade?
I don't know if it was the last time, but I'm trying to read through the tea leaves and maybe get to what you talking about a little quarterback situation a while back.
Yes, and
Yeah.
somebody who has done hardly anything wrong, but boy, did he mess this one up in the NFL. I think you know where I'm going with this. He did not trust the process. So let's just say,
Well, Dante Culpepper was a freak, though, dude.
well, that's not even what I was going. I'm not going to Dante Culpepper. I'm talking way, way. Oh, was that who they signed instead? That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees because
Over
Drew
Drew
Brees is
Brees.
yeah.
Yes. Good grief, son. Now, obviously, looking back, you look at Dante Culpepper over here. You look at Drew Brees at that time. I can kind of see where you're going, but boy, revisionist history shows otherwise. Because boy, Drew Brees was one of the goats, one of the best. He's a freaking, especially when you consider his size and everything. But Nick Saban said, you know what? His shoulder's a little too messed up. We're not going to take him. We're not going to take him down here in Miami. He's not good enough to be on my team. Well, you know who his team he was good enough to be on? The damn Saints. And if you're a Falcons fan, you effing hate the Saints. So Nick Saban, damn you again. You burned us, son. I'd much rather been facing Dante Culpepper in them damn conference games than Drew Brees. Screwed me. Drew Brees would have been he would have been the next Marino. Imagine having him down there. But
What could have been.
he was the right pick for New Orleans when they went through Katrina and all that. I think he was a better person to have in charge. But yeah, that's the last time I can think of being a damn trade getting physical being failed or failed to where they made something not happen. And I had to look back, but did Saban make that trade or did that come after he was there or before he got
I think
there?
it was him. I think he was the executive, like ultimately the one responsible for that decision.
Because I remember when Drew Brees hurt his shoulder and with the Chargers. But I mean, everybody, I will say in Nick Saban's defense, everybody did say that it was worse than it was, and he may not come back. But boy, did he! He came back with a damn vengeance. So if the Falcons find a way to trade to get Max Crosby, how freaking awesome would that be, dude? That would be studly. I
And
don't
if
think it's going
Tua
to happen.
turns
I
into
know it's
Drew
not going to
Brees,
happen.
yeah.
Huh?
And if Tua turns into Drew Brees, that'd be great for you.
Well, I don't see that happening, but we got a better chance to get Max Crosby, and that itself is not very good. I don't know what the deal is. Um, who if he doesn't go to the Ravens, he's not staying with the Raiders. I know that. They burn a freaking bridge. And by the way, this tells you the guy that Max Crosby is. You know why he got pissed? Is because they wanted him to sit down and not keep playing.
They
And
were
that
tanking.
mofo wanted to keep playing, and he walked off. He's like, no, I want to play. Give me that player. Give me that guy. Take Kyle Pitts off my hand, who last year had a good season. But before that, hell, barely ran routes. Looked like he didn't even want to be there.
can't possibly imagine at any level. I mean, I'm 47 and everything I try to do athletically hurts these days. But lo and behold, if I think there is even half an eyeball watching me or somebody keeping score,
Oh, I'm gonna
I
try to
don't know
step it
how to
up.
do anything but go balls to the
I
wall
agree.
100%.
That's why the NBA keeps pissing me off with this damn load management. I hope can you imagine back in the days, the guys of like Jordan and all them setting out? Even Jordan said, like, look, that might be one person's chance to watch me play. I'm gonna go out there and put on a show. Rarely did you ever see Jordan sit out. I used to watch him on WGN every damn night when he's playing Charlotte or there's no point of him being out there, but damn it, he was. And that is the difference in the GOAT and the wannabe GOAT and LeBron.
And I know we always talk on being the old guys and the nostalgia, but go back, like, David, how lucky were we
Mm,
that literally
mm-mm.
for about a decade there, we had Michael Jordan on TV every game of his
Every
career
game.
just about.
And didn't even think I mean, like you said, being in South Georgia, I guess WGN was on the East Coast. I don't know if they had it in the West Coast, but obviously every game that he played on a Sunday was televised on NBC. They put him on as much as they possibly could, but literally every night you could watch the Cubbies and you could watch the White Sox and you could watch the damn Bulls. And that was spoiled. And I was a big Harry Carey fan. Hey, check out the kid in the sombrero. That's why not? Speaking of that, now how are we going to watch the damn Braves? Braves Vision has came out and said that there's not an app yet that I can see, but it's $99 a year, which sign me up for. I'll pay it with ease because I believe Shane Higgins. I saw somebody doing the math because I didn't want to get out my calculator. Comes up to like 71 cents a game, and I'll pay that without without blinking. I'll take it, but I need it to be easy on an app. Go on the app, boom, bang, bop.
Yeah, I think that's what we talked about is trying to figure out how just make this simple for me, make it where I don't have to think a lot about
Mm,
it, where I don't have to figure out only, well, for whatever reason, when it was on Bally, I only half of the TVs in our house would Bally would function on. Like, for no reason, you could download the app on all of them, but it would not function on half the TVs. Don't
crazy.
give me any bull crap like that. Let's make it easy. I'll pay the money. It's worth it. Like I said, there's a million and a half baseball games in a season, so it's easy to
Yeah.
just put them on every day, have it as background. But it's yes, let's get this done right. If we're gonna do it, let's do it right, and let's make Braves Vision something fun.
Having cut the cord some years back, we're on YouTube TV now. So it was hard for me to watch any of the games without having to get FanDuel, which I did, and it was $20 a month. And I paid that because it's just one of those things at night. Me and my wife sit down and watch it. It's the best thing we can do. And so you give me $100 for the whole season, sign me up, son. I'm there any day. But ready for the Braves to get back started. But that'll take us into where you want to go. You want to go WBC? You want to go Bam Adebayo?
Let's talk about the WBC while we can still talk about the USA team.
Gabagoo, we talking Italiano here, ciao bella, because they beat the brakes off of us, and it was only 8-6. But Mark DeRosa, bro, what are you doing, son? Did you hear why this is a controversy?
Well, here's what I tuned in to turn the game on, and about that time, I caught the second home run getting blasted off early by the Italians, and then I look and go, "Who is the pitcher?" I go, "What?" I said, "What's going on?" Like, I couldn't figure out why that guy was on the mound, and then lo and behold, we lose 8-6, and turns out our coach didn't know that that game mattered a little bit, and he was just
It
trying to get some guys some
does.
experience and get some guys some playing time.
And he's bringing out Kershaw, trying to warm him up and play. I'm like, bro, Kershaw's just there to be the damn mascot. Okay, we're not bringing him out there. Mark DeRosa before the game was talking to Harold Reynolds and those on the MLB network and said, let me see if I got his quote here. Says, we want to win this game, even though our ticket has already been punched to the quarterfinals. Well, big problem there, Mark. It had not. It had not been punched. You had not made it to the quarterfinals. What you needed to do is go out and win and get ourselves in a good situation. And so you set Bryce Harper and Alex Bregman and pitched basically a nobody. I'm not saying you got to throw Scooble out there, but come on, man. We got to get there. If you don't get there, it don't mean crap. I understand Skeens pitched the night before, but damn, bro, we got to do something. We did not get there, and the Italians went on to beat us 8-6. Judge had a chance in the bottom of the inning, bottom of the ninth, to be the hero, which he normally is, but he did not come through this time. And now, do you know the situation, Greg? What has to happen in order for us to go on to the quarterfinals?
I want you to tell me about it.
We have to root for the Italians, which is fine, or we have to root for Mexico to win and score more than 5 runs. If Mexico wins and scores less than 5 runs, then we're out. So if they win
let's
3-1,
just root for the
we're out.
Italians so we don't have to do math.
It's weird that it comes down to runs instead of like run differential and all that. It's odd how they do it. I feel like I'm at a damn baseball tournament.
David, I have long since made the argument that as far as head coaching positions, that being a manager of a baseball team is absolutely the least important. There's no X's and O's decisions.
No.
It's not much. On top of that, and you always ask the question, why are they wearing a damn uniform? And like, why is it the
Good
one
Lord.
sport where the manager wears a uniform? We won't get started on that.
Every season, my wife wants me to buy damn baseball pants.
As a baseball manager, it's not come on now, there's not a lot that has to go into this. Knowing whether or not a game is matters or not, I think that should be probably near the top of the list of responsibilities.
And putting your best out there when the game does matter and it's a must-win scenario, you have to put your players out there. Like them or not, Bryce Harper is one of the best players. Alex Bregman is a stud at third. You give me defensively Bregman at third and Witt at short, who the night before, I think it was Monday, holy crap. Bobby Witt Jr. makes 2 spectacular plays that Ozzie Smith could only dream of making, which I love Ozzie Smith, but Bobby Witt Jr., who I remember his dad pitching for the Angels. That's how freaking old we are, Greg. But boy, he put on a show. He gets kind of lost up there in Kansas City, but holy crap, those 2 plays, spectacular.
They're sports in general, at least to the degree that I'm still emotionally tied in and paying attention to, man, there's some young talent across the board in everything. And I know I am constantly beating my chest about how much better things were in the 80s and 90s. And do not get me wrong, I'm right on that. It was better back then. But that's not to take anything away from the level. Like some of the young golfers, the young baseball players, some of these young dudes in the NBA, the skill level they possess is just absurd. I don't watch a lot of tennis, but Yannick Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, I mean, these 2 are both 24, 23 years old and better than anybody on the planet right now. Sports as a whole is in really good hands from a talent level. From that standpoint, if we can just get back to let's go out there and compete. Let's play for the right reasons. Take the politics and the bull crap out of everything. Look, I'm sorry. I'll do it. I'll say the sexist thing. Hey, ESPN, go back to just putting baseball on every night. Stop trying to force the WNBA down my throat every damn night of the week. If we wanted to watch it, we'd watch it.
Shameful, Greg. Give Caitlin Clark a chance, son. And what's that tall chick for the Sparks? I like her. The blonde.
I bet you do.
She's pretty hot. I don't normally like tallies, but I can climb up that tree, baby. Just saying, she's quite attractive. And then Sophia, what's her name?
Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham for the damn Fever. Yes, son. No booty, but she keeps shaking it. Italy, we have to root for Italy or Mexico to win by more than 4. So if we had to go root, you had to pick one of the 2 to root for based on a food standpoint. We're talking Italian food. We're talking Mexican food. You have to pick one food to eat tonight for that team to win. Which way are you going?
Man, I hate things like this because nothing for me is straightforward, black or white. I'm going to caveat this. If I can incorporate a trip to the destination, I'd rather go to Italy for a meal.
That's easy.
But if I'm eating something here locally, I'm getting Mexican over Italian.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go that way too, because I hear that Italian food here is nowhere near Italian food there. I think even gluten-free people can, if you have a gluten intolerance, you can actually go to Mexico, Italy, and eat some of their pasta, and it won't even phase you because it's just made so much better. I do love Italian food. I love Mike's Hot Italian that's at Jersey Mike's right now. But it is hard not to just go to a Mexican restaurant and eat, especially when you have kids and they can bring out cheese dip almost immediately. That grabs their attention right away. We had Taco Tuesday last night. I go steak burrito almost 9 times out of 10 when we go to a Mexican restaurant. And cheese dip, I get the smallest one and I make sure that they don't eat it. It pisses me off when we order cheese dip and the damn kids, what do they order for their damn dinner? Nachos. I'm like, you should have told me before I got the damn cheese dip. Too much damn cheese. Anyways, it pisses me off.
You sound like my wife, and that's one of
proud
those
of
things
cheese
that
dip.
I want to sit there and go, hey, why is that a thing? Why does that bother you?
$4.99, Greg. $4.99. That's
Let
extra.
them eat what they want to eat. Who cares?
It's too much damn cheese. And just get ground beef nachos. Who does that? At least get chicken nachos. We can get ground beef nachos at Taco Bell. Good grief. But I think I'd go Mexican food too.
And we had Mexican last night as well.
We did. It was a home taco night for us, but that's about it.
We went to the local. Shout out to El Tejada.
Sometimes when the wifey makes homemade guacamole, she could throw down in some homemade guacamole. She'll put a foot in it. It's good stuff. Don't y'all have, what else y'all, don't you have a srirachos? What is it?
Cercheros?
Cercheros, yeah.
Cercheros is good. Cercheros, that's legit. That's
Yeah.
the whole like Moe's, Chipotle, Cercheros crowd. Cercheros is the top of the line.
We just got one up here, and the last time I passed one was when we were going through Macon for my wife's grandmother's funeral. We stopped at the Chicken Salad Chick. I think on Bass Road in that area. And there was Cercheros there, and I was like, what the hell is that? We should have went.
You made the wrong choice.
I know, but I do love some Chicken Salad Chick now. Give me some old-timey Carols or whatever it's called. Carols, that's some good stuff. What else we got here, Gregory? Bam Adebayo. Before last night, if I told you Bam Adebayo, would you know who he played for?
I would. He plays for the Miami Heat. I'm aware.
Yes, he plays for the Miami Heat. And last night, have yourself a game, son. My man had 83 points. 83 points against, and this does kind of downplay it a little bit because they're god-awful, the Washington Wizards, to win 150. What did I say this goal? 150 to 129. That's some old school basketball scores there.
I watched the highlights, and the two things that I noticed that don't add up, and I can't get them to jive quite right is that son of a gun, every highlight I saw, there was barely a player even trying to guard him. And yet somehow he shot 41 free throws, which means somebody had to have been close to him at some point to get a foul called. And I never saw anybody even remotely trying to play defense on him. So I don't know how he got to the foul. I'll take the high road, and you respect anybody that goes for that kind of number at that level of competition under any circumstances. David, you and I couldn't score 80-plus points on air in an NBA arena. So let's be real about what it is. And look, Bam Adebayo is one of those guys. Dude, 6'9", 6'10", an absolute athletic freak. Now, he's out there shooting three-pointers. It's ridiculous. But this is bullshit. It's complete and total bullshit. The Miami Heat don't matter. Bam Adebayo doesn't matter. They were playing a high school team
Wizards
last
don't
night.
Matter, yes.
This was nothing but, hey, look at me. Let me make a statement. And he did. Congratulations. Go give him a trophy.
I think he popped off 10 quick shots and made the first 10 like immediately. And I think that's when when you're feeling it and that damn goal looks big as hell. I've had those nights. I think at old West Side Gym or maybe the old Church of God Gym or First Assembly of God Gym. There's been moments where I couldn't miss, baby. I just let it go. And I'm sure he was feeling it. And I'm sure his teammates were like, hey, man, if he's feeling it, let's make it happen. And kept feeding him the ball. Me personally, I think this is more impressive than Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100. Because, they had to feed it into Wilt. They had to want him. He just happened to make free throws that night. Wilt Chamberlain could have scored that every damn night if he could make free throws, but he couldn't. So they kept fouling his ass, and he actually made free throws one night. But doing it against a bunch of 6'2" white guys when you're 7'2" is not as impressive as Bam Adebayo out there. Yes, Washington Wizards are garbage, but at least they're big. They got some size compared to what
No,
Wilt
you're
played
right.
against.
From an athleticism standpoint and a just sheer competitive standpoint, yes, what anybody does these days on the court is more impressive to me than what Wilt did, because it was just, they're the two athletes that I kind of look at. You got Wilt and you got Babe Ruth. That it's almost like unfair to even try to judge them, because they were just so far ahead of their genre and their time frame that, I mean, and it's not fair. Like, I don't mean to punish them. They're both equally great. Babe Ruth may, in fact, be the greatest baseball player of all time, but it's just hard to tell because it looked like me or you playing against 12-year-olds.
You think Babe Ruth swinging a damn log out there? I'm talking about a bat that's so damn heavy. I think like a 48-ounce bat. You think he's getting around on a Paul Skeens high and tight 101, or a Aroldis Chapman throwing at 103 and then followed up with a damn sinker in the dirt? Ain't no way. I love Babe Ruth, but there's no way he's out there hitting anything today. Not a chance. He might run into one accidentally, but there's no way. With the pitching today, no, he can't be as out of shape, which he was considered out of shape back then, but hell, he's probably smaller than I am now, weight-wise, but he was considered fat. But there's no way it would handle. And Wilt, the same deal. Wilt would be great and a great player, but he would not be the Wilt that we know now. He wouldn't be Wilt the Stilt going up against the likes of, Shaq, things like that.
No, I mean, and I think you can make the argument, especially in both of those cases. You know, this is almost heresy to say this, but I mean, I don't know that Babe Ruth would be an average baseball player these days, if that. Like, you again, if you're just plugging him in as he was back then into today's game, no chance. He can't compete. Wilt, I mean, I'm sorry, all these cats running up and down the court that are just as big as he is now. I mean, I don't know that Wilt is, anything more than an average center in today's game, if that.
Now, he did have to go up against Bill Russell, and I will say Bill Russell was a beast when it comes to defense, and it would be exciting if Bill Russell held him to like 30. So that is pretty impressive that he was able to be successful in one-on-one games against Bill Russell. But Bill Russell was like, "Hey, I'll let you get your 30, but we're gonna beat the team," because I mean he had 11 championships. Good Lord. Babe Ruth, yeah, if he had a work ethic or something, or was known for being just a workhorse, a stud, but he did not. He just went out there and was like, "I got a big bat. That's what I'm gonna do." And he pitched for a little
Wasn't
bit
that your
starting his
philosophy?
career. That is my philosophy. Yeah, I liked it. That's why I like Babe Ruth. Should be number 3 instead of 40. But somebody like a Ty Cobb or somebody like a gritty, like win at all cost, he would probably translate in today's game. Now he would hate it with all these foreigners. He would really, boy, would he hate baseball nowadays. He would have a thing or two to say, but he would translate, I think, because he's just that gritty Lenny Dykstra on steroids type deal. But not many would make it in today's game. Ted Williams would be like a Tony Gwynn type, whatnot. While I'm on baseball and Ted Williams, how about the fact that in the prime of his career, that joker took off to go fight in the war and missed, 2-3 seasons to go be a damn fighter pilot, and still had the numbers he had and still had like 500 plus home runs? Good God. Ted Williams. All right. Props, bro.
If you're one of those who judges, things that you didn't get to witness yourself by the opinion of those who would know, Ted Williams is by those who would know. There are a lot of folks who will tell you Ted Williams is unquestionably the purest and best pure hitter baseball's ever seen.
Eyesight was, I mean, obviously, if you're going to be a fighter pilot, you have to have a ridiculous eyesight. And he apparently did. He had, like, you could see, he would say he would count the seams on the rotations, how many times they went around, and know what the pitch was going to be. I'm like, good. I don't, even back when they were like, keep your eye on the ball, I was like, I don't even think I saw one seam. So I can't see out
I
my
don't
left
I
eye
don't
for
know if
nothing.
it's I don't know if it's true or if it's just become folklore, but there's an old story around about at one point Ted Williams is in the box and the pitcher makes the pitch and umpire calls it a ball and the catcher turns around and goes, "Umpire, you sure that was a ball?" And umpire goes, "Mr. Williams will let you know if it's a strike."
He would. It's just a pretty amazing, great eyesight. Ted Williams would translate in today's game. We could probably do a whole show on just who would or wouldn't translate in today's game. But back to Bam Adebayo, 80. What did I say? 83 points. 83 points, 2 more than Kobe. Kobe, I believe, had 81. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kobe set out the last part of the fourth quarter? Because I remember thinking, man, just let him go for it.
Somebody at some point, the way this is going, somebody's going to go for triple digits. I know it's just we're getting more and more. It's a look and be world. Somebody's going to want to be a glory hound. And just because we have people out there that believe records are meant to be broken, somebody's going to see Wilt's name up there and say, I want to go get that. And another team will absolutely play the level of defense that the Wizards played last night and let it happen. It's going to happen.
If you let somebody score 100 points against you, your whole damn team should be kicked out of the effing league. I'm okay with losing, but nobody's going to score 100 on me. If I get out there torn Achilles and all, and you get to where you're trying to sniff 100, I'm Bill Laimbeer and somebody. You ain't getting 100 on me. I'm sorry. It ain't going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I hope pride would step up and get in the way of it, but I ain't letting nobody get 100 on me.
Well, and that was the part, even what little bit of that I tried to watch, and even, as the highlights are coming through and you've seen it, this is not a competitive game. And at some point, I'm with you. Maybe this isn't something to be proud of. I'd have tackled that son of a bitch at some point in the third or fourth quarter
Yes,
in a non-competitive game if he just kept jacking up shots trying to get a number. At some point.
Go ahead.
I would have given him a heads up. I'd go, hey, Bam, you got your 50. Let's just chill out. But if he just kept going at some point around 60, 65, and he's still throwing up shots, I'm sorry, I'm taking him out.
He's going to have to earn it. And by the way, like I was saying, apparently they ain't play no damn defense either. Because if you let the Washington Wizards score 129 on you, come on, bro. Name a Washington Wizard player other than Trae Young, who isn't playing, by the way. Probably won't even play for the damn team. Last one I can remember, who are we looking at? Kwame Brown? I mean, that's the last one I can think of with Jordan and Antoine Jameson. That's a horrible franchise. I think they have a pretty good soccer team. Not soccer, or hockey, because they got Ovechkin. Alex. Either way, he's a beast. But no, you're not scoring 100 on me. But that's my take. Well, Greg, you got any more sports topics we need to cover? I'm trying to think if we missed anything that needs to be said.
No, let's let everybody know. Obviously, with the college basketball tournaments are firing up. You got your conference tournaments gearing up this week. This is going to be a fun time. I love tournament basketball. This is really cool. Rolling into spring football, Augusta and the Masters is right around the corner.
Yeah, baby.
I was trying to sit outside and film today because it's such a pretty day outside. It's a good time to be alive, and let's focus on that. But we're gonna try to invite anybody that's still foolish enough to be listening to this and paying attention to us. We're gonna invite y'all in to do a March Madness pool with us. We'll try to find some way to maybe throw out some shout outs on the air for those of y'all who are doing well. Maybe get the winner on for a segment to tell us why they were better than us.
Yeah,
because Lord knows I have not paid much attention.
I have not, but I got a feeling I'm gonna win. I'm just saying, I know what I'm talking about.
And let's if David's down for it, or maybe if I should say if Brooke is down for it, and if my hot young wife is down for it, maybe we can get one of our listeners to throw out some sort of challenge that we can take on, and you and I can do just a head-to-head bracket, and the loser has to, I don't know, who somebody can come up with something fun for us.
I like it. Back to the Kobe in 81, and he got taken out. That's back when Phil Jackson did not like Kobe Bryant. I'm saying go read his book. Unfortunate passing of him, but go read Phil Jackson's book. He did not like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was not a good teammate to a lot of people, but I like him.
I think Phil at that stage in his career he was a little more mellowed out, and he just wasn't he wasn't down for the level of Kobe's intensity, because Kobe was nothing but Michael 2.0. And let's be real, you can get into the Brady Belichick argument with Phil and Mike, but Mike drove the Bulls organization for a while there, and Phil's got a lot of jewelry on his hands because of Michael's intensity. So to call out Kobe and say that made him a bad teammate, Kobe emulated everything he did after
Even
MJ.
tried to sound like
So
him
let's not get carried away, Phil. I love Phil, and Lord, I'd love to go hang out in the woods with Phil for a few days just to get some perspective. But let's not be real. Phil didn't like Kobe because at that stage in life, Phil just wanted to smoke weed out in the woods, and Kobe was still trying to win championships.
Yeah, that could be it. But it was an interesting book. I recommend going to read it. That's it, folks. Another episode. This is episode 16, Gregory. Episode 16, if we count all the sports shorts we did. This is episode 16 of Common Sense Superheroes. We made it, baby.
Over under 16 games for Tua?
Way under. We got more podcasts than he does games played for the Falcons this year. That I promise you. That's it. Episode 16 in the books. We appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe, constantly give us feedback. Like Greg said, we will get calls from people saying like, hey, I listened to the show. Throw out there like what we suck at. Throw out there what we're good at. Anything, any feedback. We're trying to make everything better. Whatever we can do. We definitely appreciate all the love and support. And thank you, basically, is all we can say. Like, we're having fun, so please don't think it's a chore. We're just having fun and are grateful that you're out there listening.
I'm not going to call anybody out, David, but I get tickled every now and then when I get a random message on Facebook or somebody pop up at the gym and say they listen. But there have been 2 or 3 people that have randomly mentioned, like sent me a text or something about the show. And for those 2 or 3 people, I just want you to know I'm baffled by the fact that you found this show, continue to listen to this show. I had much higher opinion of you than this. You are better than this. Please tune this crap out. There's no reason for you to be listening to this. But no, like David said, we appreciate it. We're having a blast. Every time I get a message from somebody else, it just puts a smile on my face. And like I said, if the good Lord wants to bless this and it turns into something that maybe we can have a little impact and make a difference with, and touch some lives and help some folks along the way, then hey, so be it, man. Let's roll.
If by chance I start to feel myself and feel like I'm somebody, my neighbor last night came out, who from Jake's Pool Supply, there it is. You could probably see that, my favorite mug. Came out last night with a cold one, had a Lone Star, said he had a long day. We were talking and chatting, and he was referencing how he loves the show. And then he turned to my beautiful wife, Brooke, and was like, Brooke, do you listen to the show? And she said, what show? That, if ever I want to feel humble, that is it. She had no idea what he was even talking about. Talked about it right in front of her face. She was like, what show are you talking about? So apparently not as big as I thought I was. Not as cool as I thought I was.
Have you told Brooke that I'm on the show as well?
I told her, whether or not she remembered it, because she seems to want to tune out the things she don't give a shit about, which is most of what I talk about. So she did say that she knew he was on the show, but I'm fairly certain.
In that case, I don't know what else to offer.
At least your wife,
can't get her to listen.
At least your young, hot, beautiful wife who listens, and I'm gonna keep saying it because she does listen. Beautiful, hot, young Haley, who actually supports her husband and listens. Thank you for that. She listens. My wife.
And it's painful for her, because I assure you, she does not like the stuff coming out of my mouth. She does not agree with most of what comes out. She
That's
probably, the thought of us doing these sports shows probably excite her to a degree which neither of us understand, because she knows I'm not going to say anything offensive, most likely. But no, she, I can imagine her grinding her teeth as she listens to each and every episode, but she does. She has supported this, and she listens to us.
Haley, skip the next
Thank you, baby.
episode.
I love you.
Skip the next episode. We're going straight politics. We're going to talk about Jesse Jackson's funeral and how Jesse Jackson Jr. didn't like it, baby. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you. Appreciate it. All the love. And until next time, peace.
Y'all be good.